Hello, my name is Kane. This is Castle Tutelage, your home defense network. I've been getting this question about this time for the past 3 years. I've never really addressed it before, and I'm not exactly sure why people are asking me. I may do law issues. I am not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be. Anything I get, any information that I give you today is for information only. Does not constitute legal advice. This type of year, people are getting into their RVs and they're going. Their recreational vehicles, their motorhomes, their trailers, and they're asking about storage going from state to state. They're also asking about if they do not have a concealed carry weapons permit for that state, what are the storage requirements? And it's like, guys, come on. If you're driving in the lower 48, there's going to be 48 different sets of rules, and sometimes there's going to be county and city rules. And you're asking me to give you advice on it? What I will do is I'll point you to that area. Is that if you have a concealed weapons permit or whatever they want to call it in those states, if you have one or reciprocity with that, storage laws are going to be much easier for you if you are in a motorhome, trailer, RV, whatever you want to call it. Okay, they're going to be much more lenient toward it. This is the problem with motorhomes. Some states they are considered homes. Some states they are considered vehicles. Some states they are considered vehicles on the road. However, if they're in a camping spot, they are treated as homes. Okay, I can't give you that information. You're going to have to go through every state that you go. You need to go to their state website and look it up. I'm sorry. Um, for instance, um, California, they have very, very difficult requirements as far as traveling with guns. I'm not going to give you it. You need to look it up. But if you're at a campsite, you can open carry at your campsite. Okay, you can concealed carry at your campsite. Okay, your hotel room, that kind of a thing. So it really depends on if you have a concealed weapons permit for that state or reciprocity. If you don't, I would maximize the security. I would have it locked in one facility, in one box, and then I would keep the ammunition locked in another. Okay. People are going to say, "Oh, you're telling them to separate." Yes, I am. When you're dealing with storage concerns, yeah. If you have children in the RV with you, yeah, it's all going to be very different. So if you're traveling down the highway um, and you don't have a concealed weapons permit, more than likely you're going to be looked like at a car. Most states go toward that angle. They're not going to look at you as a motorhome where that is your home. Um, you're going to have a better shot of it is when you make the camping. Now, people ask me about boondocking. Is boondocking camping? Well, I always deal with I don't know because that is too much between the edge of right and wrong. If you want to play that edge and go that route, that's fine. You do what you need to do. I also must say that there is a separate law. Let's say you're driving from Minnesota to Iowa. It doesn't matter what two states you're going through. There is a federal requirement also about gun storage. So if you are in Minnesota, that's one law. As soon as you cross the state, it could be a different law. And as soon as you get into Iowa, it could be a different law. No matter what state you're traveling through or from, um, you're going to be dealing with three different standards in a few feet, okay, from Minnesota, the federal line, to Iowa. No matter what you want to do with it. I'm not going to tell you what that law is, and I would recommend you go to the DOJ website and look it up to see exactly what it is. I will also say that if you're required to have your guns locked up because of a certain state that you don't have reciprocity is from, the federal standard in general, I'm just saying this in general is going to be good enough. Okay, in general, not legal advice. Okay, I also must say, if you have a gun that has a magazine that is considered a high capacity magazine, let's say you're going from Nevada to California. Nevada high capacity magazines good, California bad. There has been, some people will say that you'll be able to break down the magazine, and then all of a sudden it's not a high capacity magazine anymore. Well, people in California will argue with that principle. So you also have to be cognitive of the fact that if you're going from a state that has high capacity available, going to a non to a state that requires a low capacity, capacity. That's not a word. Is it capacity? I don't know. Who cares? But you know what I'm trying to say. You're going to have to be wary of that fact. Some people ask me, well, what are you going to do with it? Well, I would still break it down. Um, I may not have all the parts in the same bag. Um, I don't know. If you get pulled over for speeding and the cop asks you if you have any guns in your, this is something that you need to talk to your lawyer about. I don't answer questions. You know, I just don't answer questions anymore. But of course, I haven't been pulled over since 2008, somewhere in that area. So those are the things that you need to take a look at when you are traveling around the country with weapons. And I'm mainly dealing with handguns here. I'm not dealing with shotguns, rifles, that kind of thing, because that's going to be a different standard for the states also. Like if you're in California and you drove through a school zone, you have to have all your rifles locked up and your ammunition in a different bag. Okay, everything needs to be separated like that. So don't ask a YouTube guy who is not a lawyer that type of question. Hopefully these are going to point you and hopefully give you the correct angles to look at for the information, either on websites or contacting a lawyer. Sometimes people will contact the state patrol or whatever state agency, police agency, to ask those questions. So deal with it. My name is Kate, and this is Casa Your Home Defense Network. I hope this helped.